Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube video. Thank you for always coming back. Tunaendelea vizuri. I'm happy for you guys. We are really doing kind of a good job. I'm really happy. So we are on a journey. We are targeting to get at least to 500 subscribers, and we just continue growing as a channel. So guys, always don't forget to like, share, subscribe, so that we can continue uploading more videos for you guys to learn. In today's video, I want us to continue with the process of immigration, just as we had agreed during the previous videos. So I've actually now taken you kind of to most of the processes that usually take place. And I did say that last time, if you have been following up on my YouTube videos, especially the ones on immigration, you will notice that I've actually taken you through the major stages that you go through. And now, in the next process where you're coming in, is now you have been invited for the interview. You have got your dates from the NVC, the National Visa Center, and you are now ready to go to the embassy. So when you get this email from the embassy, they'll kind of tell you that actually, I say it doesn't come from the embassy; it comes from the National Visa Center. So what the embassy does is just to report to NVC that we got this position. We can slot for maybe about, let's say, 100 cases, and so NVC decides on, depending on when you got your case complete, they decide on who to allocate first for this interview. So in today's video, I want us to focus now from when you get this, from when you get this email from NVC, and now you are ready for the interview. So mostly once you get these dates, they mostly schedule in a month's time, in 2 weeks time, in 3 weeks time, depending on the availability of the slots. So that's why I told you that you need to be ready, just in case they surprise you. Just be ready for when your case complete. Just be ready and keep track. Just try to follow up on what's going on. Where are they? I mean, if like now, maybe I'm not sure at what stage they are now, but they're still dealing with 2021 cases, if I'm not wrong. So, or 2022 case. No, not 2021, but 2022 cases. Sorry. So you just need to keep a track on this, so that at least you may be in a position to predict when you are likely to be scheduled. So at this point, when you receive these dates, so you'll be told that you have been scheduled for your interview maybe on 15th, on 16th of this month, which will probably be the following month. And you will be told to book for your medicals. So they usually have recommended centers that they want you to do the medicals. And usually in Kenya, they usually recommend that you do your medicals in IOM. And it's not kind of recommendation, it's a must. You have to do your medicals in IOM. So it's kind of just next to it's just a few meters from the embassy, the US embassy in Nairobi. That's in Gigiri. So what you do now, when you get this email, you just contact this center that I did say, it's called IOM. You contact them and tell them that you have been booked for your interview, and you request them to give you dates for the medicals to be done, because this medical report should go to the embassy. So you will, as I was saying, you will request them to, you'll inform them that you have been booked for the interview with the Nairobi embassy, I mean the US embassy, and you'll tell them now that they need to book you for the medicals. So mostly they will respond to you and tell you the documents that you need to submit to them. Mostly it's your biodata page for the passport and the DS-260 form, and then all the documents they need, they'll inform you via the email. And at this point, you'll be good to go, because they'll now book you for they'll give you an interview. And mostly the medicals have to be done 2 weeks before the embassy. So the days that you get, and they'll always have a slot for you, but you need to book as early as you can, just to get an early slot, so that you don't want to make any mistake. You want, by the time that you're going for the interview at the embassy, your documents, the medical reports are already at the embassy. And this one is regardless of the case, whether, as long as it's an immigrant visa, you have to do the medicals. So once all this has been done, you have been booked for the medicals. So if everything is okay at the IOM, they'll give you a go ahead and they'll tell you, now everything is ready, we are going to send everything to the embassy. So you're not again allowed to carry this document with you. You will have these documents sent by the embassy, sent by IOM to the embassy, and you'll just find them there. They don't want you to interfere with the document, the one that are going to the embassy. So that's why they do the direct transfer. So in case you have got a problem with your medicals, they'll inform you that maybe, mostly they look for the communicable diseases like TB and most of those STIs and all those things. So if you're good to go, they'll clear you. If you're not good, they'll tell you maybe you may need to take some medicine. But the worst case scenario, if they just do some tests and find it's kind of you have got TB, that will be kind of a hassle to you, because you'll have to do what they call the direct observed treatment, which means that you'll be going at IOM every morning to get your TB medications. You take them, swallow them as they see, then you go home. So I don't know how you shall keep, you shall be able to do this while you're still working. And you can't, you have to go there on daily basis. There is no day that you're supposed to miss. So it's kind of a difficult task that you may have to undergo. The other option that they usually have is they may tell you that if you want to take the medicine at home, you'll take them for 6 months. Then you'll have to stay for another 1 year before you go back for your medicals again. But if you take the medicines with them, you just take them for 6 months, and if the tests are good, then they'll clear you to go ahead with your process. And at this point, you also need to prepare your documents. The medical report is one of the documents that you need to prepare. And then you have got some other documents that you need to go with to support your case at the embassy. And basically, as I said, at this point, they're just going to confirm that everything that you need is ready. And most of these documents are basically your civil documents. And these are the documents mostly that you used to file for your case. So one of the documents that you will need to have it ready is your passport, yours and for the dependents that you'll be going with at the embassy. And you need to make sure that your passports are ready. The other things that you need is your birth certificate. And at this point, you need to make sure that you got the right documents. You don't want to mess yourself up at this point. So some people have messed themselves up. You just go and change your birth certificate. They have this record. They'll just tell you that you changed your birth certificate. What happened? Like now, in my case, I had changed my birth certificate because there was a problem in my dad's name when I was taking my passport. And they advised me that it would give me trouble at some point, so I had to change my birth certificate. And I was surprised when I went to the embassy to do my interview. They asked me, what happened to your birth certificate? It's kind of, you changed your birth certificate. And I had to explain to them, because you don't want them to deny you a visa on these grounds. The other document that you need is your police clearance certificate. If you are above 16 years, whether a child, whether you're the applicant or the dependent, as long as you're above 16 years, you need your birth certificate. You need your police clearance certificate, the one that we call the good conduct. And you need this for your country and any country that you have lived for more than 1 year. So if you have been, maybe let's say you have worked maybe in another country, you spent maybe 1 year, you need to get a police clearance for that country. So if maybe you are in Somalia or you are in maybe even Uganda, so you'll need your country police clearance, and you'll need the country that you have been working. Even if there are 2, 3, even 10 countries, you'll need police clearance from all those countries, as long as you have been there for more than 1 year. The other document that you need is your marriage certificate if you're married. So you need to prove that you are legally married. So you have to conduct a wedding. You don't have to do the actual wedding, as in the church wedding. There are other forms of weddings that you can do. Mostly, like now for us, we went the AG one. So they just unite you there, and they give you a certificate from the Attorney General's office, and it's also legal. So you just have to carry that with you, and then. And then again, if you say at this point maybe you're divorced, you need to have your divorce certificate, a legal document to show that you are divorced. And this also applies to your children as well. So any children that you have, maybe you have adopted this child, you need to have the legal adoption certificate with you. So you need to carry this. Also, if you're not the biological dad to this child, or even the biological mother to this child, you need a consent to go with that child. I mean, you need proof that you got that consent to go with that baby to the US. So we say like now. So we say like now you are married, and by the time you got married, you had a child, or even you as a man, you had a child outside. You need to declare this, but mostly it happens for the ladies because. You find that in the birth certificate, the father's name is not differs. Maybe your husband is not the biological dad. So maybe you got the father's name on the other birth certificate, the original birth certificate of the child. And don't try to mess up with this certificate just to change and fix, because they will know. Especially if you use this document to file for your DS-260 form. So you need a consent from the dad to say that I'm okay with them going with the child, and you will be good to go. I did mention also about the DS-260, but for the DS-260, they usually have a copy. Once you submit your DS-260 form, they usually have a copy. So you just need to carry the front page. That's enough. The other things that they need, they got them at the embassy. So you don't need to worry about, you just need the cover page of the DS-260 form. Again, if you have had a criminal case, maybe you have been convicted, you have been taken to a court of law, you need these documents to say, you need to be just honest and say you had been convicted of this crime. And by this time, you have actually filled these details in your DS-260. So by the time you are there, they already know. And they remember that they also do their background checks. So you don't need to lie, and they just find out that you had a court case that you didn't mention. So you need to carry these documents with you. You will also need some documents from your petitioner. Like now for my case, Avant was my petitioner. So they need to give you an offer, a letter offer for employment, just to say that you're coming to the US. So I should have mentioned that as you do by this time that you're getting case complete, you have already done an interview with the hospital that shall be employing you, or maybe the facility that shall be giving you a job. So they should give you that. They should have sent that offer, the job offer letter, to say that this person is coming to work at this facility, and we need him or her here. So this is one of the supporting documents that you need to go with at the embassy. And again, the other thing is your CGFNS certificate. I did show my certificate in one of these videos that I've done. I think in the previous video that I did about the visa screen. That's a must that you need to carry, just to say that you are certified by the body for exam. You'll need, of course, your NCLEX exam results. They actually, by the time you go to the embassy, they'll have given you this. They give you this document just to arrange. They tell you need to arrange your documents in this form. So, and all these documents need to be there, plus any other supporting documents that you feel you need. Like now for marriage, they usually have an issue, because especially if you're married and you don't have a kid. So, or maybe you kind of you give information that is contradicting. So you need to carry some supporting document. You can take some photos with you, the photos that you've had, maybe some, what else can you, maybe the WhatsApp messages that you guys have been talking with your partner. These are some of the evidence, any supporting document that you feel is likely to help you win this case. And sometimes they'll even ask you, will just tell you, can you please provide us with the proof of you're married, apart from the marriage certificate. So you need to have these backup photos with you. you need to have these messages with you. You need to have M-Pesa statements with you just to show that maybe if you've been sending some money, and all this will help you win the case. I'll also do a video on mostly the frequently asked questions of the embassy. I'll just also share this with you so that at least you go there prepared to handle this case. So just make sure that you got all your documents. And again, if you work at the military or you work at the police clearance, they'll need you to go with your, I think I hear them call it the yellow form. I don't know what it is, but kind of it's a paper that shows, I think it's kind of, you have to resign for you to get this form. You have to resign from the police force or from the military, and they say it's kind of, they've given you a discharge letter that they allow you to go to the US. So I don't know now what happens if you resign and then they deny you the visa. I don't know what usually happens. Though rarely they, at this point, because you have got everything, they will rarely deny you this chance. And if they deny, what they'll do, they'll put you on hold just to do, maybe if they find that maybe they may need to do some research or just do some background checks and just confirm maybe some of the details that maybe you gave, and they felt that it's kind of, you are lying and all those things. So they'll just put you on hold for some time. I'll talk about this when I'll be talking about the frequently asked questions. But if you got all your documents, you're good to go. You will be surprised that you won't even spend much time at them. Like now, for me, I took less than 10 minutes, and they gave me the visa. They told me, you're good to go. Congratulations. Proceed with your journey. So guys, continue sharing, continue subscribing to my channel, those who have not subscribed. Continue liking my videos. Let's target to hit 500. So that at least we keep trying, we keep motivating ourselves to post these videos, to educate you guys. And as always, if you got any question, you go to the comment section, just ask that question, and I'll always be ready to answer. And watch my videos. Feel free to watch them. Support me as I also support you in this journey. Thank you guys. I really appreciate deep down from my heart. Thank you.